afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the MCM game stage. Yes, it's sort of like... Right, so we got a great little session planned. Without further ado, I'm just going to introduce Neil Gorton, Capcom UK Community Manager, and the voice of Wesker, DC Douglas. Take a seat, sir.
Actually, the fourth voice of Albert Wesker, because I believe today we're going to hear the amazing Peter Jessup on this game, who is one of the people that I had to incorporate when I took over the role in 2007. So, but yes, I'm glad to be here.
Welcome. Good British accent.
All right, I'm glad to be here.
You've been working on that.
Just so you know, Wesker has slight British. At least that's how I was supposed to do it. So I actually do know how to do a British accent fully.
If it comes to that, how many Resident Evil cosplayers are out there? There definitely saw that Wesker come in. I saw this Wesker, good top. I saw there was Catcom. There's Rule 63 Dante there as well. Very cool. Thank you for showing up. Here we are as DC takes his selfie.
It's brilliant.
We have Resident Evil, backed by popular demand. This is a very exciting time, particularly in my job, because what Capcom Japan are doing are really listening to fan feedback, especially over the last year. So every time you tweet or message on Facebook to Resident Evil, it's either me or my American counterpart. So although we can't respond to absolutely everything, we do read everything you say and we collate everything you say. So what we've been hearing since the last one is you guys want to go back to the original. And so, as you know, we have this coming out in early 2015. We've literally gone right back to the start to bring you Resident Evil once again to see what you make of that. If you like that, that's one way the series can go. We also have Resident Evil Revelations 2, which is continuing the survival horror theme, because that's another thing we hear from you, that you really want the franchise to go back to its survival horror roots. So I imagine I'm going to play a little bit of this.
Because if I was trying to play it, I wouldn't be able to even walk.
I'm going to say, don't feel you're going to offend me here, but hands up if you actually have a question about Resident Evil. All right. And then hands up if you have a question for DC. All right.
We're a very content group. That's nice.
Very content. Very content. So I'll start playing.
All right.
And by all means, we can chat. And if Dan wants to throw it up to the audience,
I'll venture forth. And
you can venture forth. You can sit here as well. Let me get.
Sit here for a bit.
Let me get warmed up.
It's time for Neil to play Resident Evil.
So here we are. Very good. Do you get an applause for absolutely everything?
I've been working on the voice.
Oh, that's really good. So we have like options. You can do like the original tank controls that the Resident Evil came with, or you've got the more modern iteration. Let me just get started here. Okay, I'm going to go for...
We like your games. Oh, sorry.
I'm not going to go for hard because dying in front of all these people is going to be quite embarrassing.
Like taking a walk.
Oh, taking
Neil.
a walk.
Oh, Neil.
You're going to have to work harder to make them boo me. I'm pretty likable.
No, not you. We're booing Chris Redfield.
Oh, booing Chris Redfield.
Yes.
I was booing Neil. Sorry.
Okay, so at least you were. So like another big thing listening to like fan feedback is we wanted everyone to get involved with the campaign for Resident Evil. So one of the things that you guys unlocked on Facebook was using the BSAA like versions of Chris and Jill. So that's something that these guys did. It wasn't originally going to be in there, but there was like such a demand on Facebook.
Good job, guys.
That's all down to you. So I'm going to go with Jill.
Yeah. Who wouldn't?
And away we go. Eventually.
Please don't turn off your phone.
Please
don't turn it off. Don't turn it off. Oh, thank God.
Close one. Here we go.
Alpha Team is flying around the forest zone situated in northwest Raccoon City, where we are searching for the helicopter of our compatriots, Bravo Team, who disappeared during the middle of their mission.
Found it yet?
No, not yet.
Does that look a lot better than the original one?
Bizarre murder cases have recently occurred in Raccoon City. There are outlandish reports of families being attacked by a group of about 10 people. Victims were apparently eaten.
Dun, dun, dun.
Put the word apparently in
The
there.
Bravo team was sent in to
Like
investigate,
there's a margin for
but we
error.
lost contact.
Look, Chris.
Bravo team's helicopter was a derelict. Save for the remaining body of Kevin,
Oh, Kevin. See, look at that. That's beautiful.
we
Look at
continued
that.
our search for the other members,
Can I hear it? It's Wesker,
and it
people.
turned into a nightmare.
Pre-leather jacket Wesker as well.
Yeah.
But still svelte and muscular.
It's like, this is before he did his rounds of steroids. But look at that. That's pretty wild, the graphics, the fluidity of it now.
Do you know what happens next? Bad stuff happens next. It's all going to go very wrong for these guys. Well, throw that.
Come on!
Hey, Brad! Where the hell's he going?
Chris, this way.
Save the day.
Damn it! Make for that mansion!
Yeah!
There are only 3 STARS members left now. Captain Wesker, Barry, and myself. We don't know where Chris is.
Chris.
Every time I say his name, I'm going to say it.
What is this place? Not quite your ordinary house, that's for sure.
Hey, Wesker, where's Chris?
Jill, no.
Chris.
You don't want to go back out there.
But we've got to find...
What was that? Chris?
Chris.
No!
Jill, go and investigate.
I'm going with her. Chris and I go back a long way.
Chris.
All right. You two go. I'll secure this area.
Stay sharp.
Oh, Barry.
Seriously, the graphics look really good on this.
So you're obviously excited to see Wesker. Is he larger dude? I am
A
well
dino
excited to
dude.
see Barry. That's a guy I can relate to. Yeah, I'm a Barry kind of guy. Alright, so here we are. Here's Jill.
Oh, you're Jill, right?
I'm Jill. Can't you tell just by looking at
I
her?
just realized you picked a woman to play.
Oh, it's Jill.
I understand. Because at heart you feel like a young girl.
Well, if they'd let me play Barry, I would play as Barry.
All right.
I'm
feel
not much
like-
of a Chris man. So here we have the famous locked off camera angles. They're all still retained.
I think you'd better take a look at this.
What is it?
Would be blood.
Blood.
Very good.
Jill, see if you can find any other clues. I'll be examining this.
He's gonna play with
Let's
the blood.
just hope it's not Chris's.
Chris's.
Doesn't that strike you as a cop-out? You go explore the scary mansion.
Exactly right.
I'll stay here.
This is important work, working on this blood, so you go do stuff.
But
Go risk your
small
life.
fire.
I'm gonna finger paint.
So for the benefit of those that don't know out there, although I'm sure they know you very well, when did you take over as Wesker?
It's funny because the name of this panel is 18 years of Resident Evil, I think. Yeah. So that, and I just realized, so I've been doing it for 7 years. I think the first one I did was in 2007, which was Umbrella Chronicles. Which actually, no, if it came out in 2007, that means that I recorded it in 2006. So I can say for the last 8 years. Woo! Yeah, so that's when I started doing it. Umbrella Chronicles, came back, auditioned for RE5 and was in that, and then I've been doing it since as well. So, yeah, I've been grateful. And I know Peter Jessup, actually. We have the same voiceover agent, so saw him in the, he wasn't available to do Umbrella Chronicles, which is when I then went to me. And so I ran into him in the waiting room one day, and I said, I just want to, I hope you're not mad at me. And he's like, no. He was very gracious. It was really sweet. I've never met Richard Waugh. I'd love to one day, because I bet he's a cool cat, and I'd love to thank him as well. Sergio Jones, who knows where he is.
So how many Weskers have been in the room at the same time? Just 2?
Only 2 Weskers have been in the room at the same time, yes. Though I'm waiting for a convention. That'd be so awesome. If a convention would bring all 4 of us, that would kind of amazing that would be, the Wesker panel with all 4 of us on stage. I think that'd be awesome.
We'll see what we can do.
Here he comes.
Look, behind you.
I got plans to take
You
care of
actually
this.
suck at this deal.
Yeah, I'm gonna let Barry take care of him.
Don't open that door.
Barry!
What is it?
Look out! It's a monster!
Let me take care of it!
I love that he had time to say that instead of shooting.
To be fair,
The hell is this thing?
Wait, so this is
I
the...
found Kenneth
forgive my ignorance on
killed
this. This
by
is the
this
original
thing.
one, Resident Evil.
Let's report
Resident
this to
Evil.
Wesker.
And then it was redone for the GameCube.
Yes.
And this is a re-rendering of the GameCube version, which is why Sergio Jones is not on the original voice track of this. Okay. Will we get a Jill sandwich?
do you know what? The Jill sandwich line is not in here.
It's not in this one?
You were almost a sandwich.
Oh, right.
The booing starts already.
Oh, wow.
And what about the other one where he goes, wait, don't open that door? Is that in this? That's the original, but is it in this one also? He probably says it differently. Probably like, don't open that door. Hey, Google, hi.
Neil, tell us what else has been done to the game then. So prettier graphics, anything else?
Big graphic issue, 5.1 sound, and yeah,
Wesker!
you can like, Wesker, where's he gone?
Jill, help me look for him. Let's
Lots
not
of like
leave
little
this
different
hall.
things like
Good
in the
idea.
background where it used to just be like a static picture of the tree. They've like went in and actually like put a tree there now that sways in the wind, adding more dynamic light into it. It's just to help immerse you in the whole Resident Evil experience.
Do you guys who know the original and all that, do you guys see the difference? Yeah? Cool.
Okay, we can't go out there yet.
Not that way, Jill.
Not that way, Jill.
She is very sexy.
So like Barry's got some cheesy lines. What are the sort of cheesy lines you've been made to say as Wesker?
None. I love every line I've ever said
Any
for
luck, Jill?
Capcom
No,
Resident Evil.
nothing. What's going on around here?
We're on
I can't
live,
figure
people.
it out.
We're streaming.
Same here.
Chris and now Wesker.
Chris.
There's not much we can do. We can search for him separately. I'll investigate the dining room again.
Okay then, I'll try to
You
go on
love
the
that
other side.
dining room.
This
As a
mansion's
big man, I can
gigantic.
relate.
We could easily get lost. Let's start from the first floor.
Okay.
Oh, I almost forgot. It's a lockpick. You'd make better use of it.
She is
Yeah, being that you're going to stay in the dining room the whole time.
She is the master of unlocking, to be fair.
Thanks. I may need it.
Listen, if something happens, let's meet up in this hall.
Do we know who the voice actors
it.
are in these? Because I'm always
Okay.
into that.
I don't,
No, you
unfortunately.
don't.
I don't.
You don't know.
Is that your
Do
Scottish
you guys know?
accent?
Yeah, let's kind of go in there. Google. Who's Jill and who's Barry in this? Oh, I thought you would have known offhand. Does anybody know offhand? You people. You guys partied hard last night.
Just not into voice actors. What can I say?
Except DC Douglas.
Who isn't into?
And
DC
you can always learn more about me at
Douglas?
DCDouglas.com. Sorry.
Good plug.
It's a carryover from my other panel.
Good plug.
Wow. Strong.
Strapping young lads.
So you were actually new to do this. Like most people would go in that room, they have to figure this out.
I'm going by memory of about 8 years ago. So it's going to get pretty hazy pretty soon.
Which one is this, Barry? Ed Sparrow?
So, Ed Smarron.
Ed Smarrell.
Smarron.
Smarron.
S-M-A-R.
Wow, I've never heard of that. What about Jill? Who is Jill? Heidi Anderson. All right.
Do you know Heidi?
I don't know Heidi. I don't know either of those people. Oh, but this is, wait, are you looking at the original? Or are you looking at the GameCube version? Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Oh, look at that. How about that? Yeah, no, I don't know who either of those people are. They probably gave up their careers. They're back in Idaho now. No, I'm sorry. I'm kidding. You probably have amazing careers.
We can check. That's what IMD's.
Oh, yeah, you could check. Click on their names. Have they done anything since?
What are they doing now?
You should do that. Maybe they've done something really big. Who, like Jill? What has Jill done recently? Uh-oh. That'd be hysterical if you, like, died, like, right here.
Oh, it can
this is
happen.
an example of how you played.
Yeah.
He is playing it on super easy now.
All right, this is there they are.
Is he staying down?
This is actually spooky, though. I see what people mean by the whole dread kind of dread moody thing in a game as opposed to the, you know.
Don't play it with the lights out. It'll scar you. And scare you.
Heidi, what has she done? Did you look up Heidi? Hey.
Killer 7?
Killer 7? That's a game?
Yeah.
When did that come out?
2005.
2005. That was the last thing she's done? Oh, okay. So she done some voiceover stuff. All right. Sorry. She probably does a lot of theater. I don't know.
Do you want to open up for questions for DC?
I'm going to wander into the crowd. Does anybody have any questions? We've got some stuff to give away, Neil, I do believe, right?
We do. Anyone can have those in the corner, although DC has some signed goodies here.
Oh, somebody's got a question. We got something back there.
Loads of questions. You know what? I'm going to wander back. Let's go back here first. Young lady with the red dress. Here we go. That's a question.
Hi, I'm more about the game. Obviously, I really enjoyed all the puzzles that you did in the original. Are they straightforward puzzles, or are we expecting some new ones?
Sorry, Dan, that was... Will there be, like, additional puzzles in this one?
Are the puzzles the same, or have you changed them on our new ones? That was what you asked, right? Yes.
So the puzzles are the same in the GameCube version as they are in this one. So there's not been, like, additional puzzles added to that one. So if you can still remember, or still have the guide how to do it...
I can't.
You'll whiz through it. Thank you for your question, though.
We'll go here.
And this goes on a platform. Oh, I'm sorry. This goes on a new platform now. Or like, what platform is this on?
This will be the first Resi Evils on, like, the next-gen platform. So this will
okay.
be on, like, Xbox One, PS4.
Okay.
But you'll be able to get it for, like, 360, PS3 as well, and PC.
Okay.
What's your favourite character other than Wesker?
Ooh.
That's for you, Neil.
Is that for me, or for...
For both. Yeah,
Well, Barry, I think Barry's is yours. Is that right?
Barry's definitely been my favorite, because I've always been, like, a heavy-set guy, and I like the idea that heavy-set guys can be action heroes as well. Although, if you like, get to see Revelations 2, we might turn that on in a minute, as you're all Resident Evil fans. Moira Burton, Barry Burton's daughter, continues on that Burton, like, lineage of just having just the lines that just make you go, what? Only a Burton could come out with that. I'm very proud to see that that's been retained.
I'm going to say, because again, I don't really get to play the games. I see cutscenes and stuff like that. But I would have to say, though, I after seeing Leon, my hair looked exactly like that in the early '90s. I had the whole swoop. In fact, I did an episode of General Hospital, and the whole time you only see one of my eyes during my scenes on that show, and it was the whole Leon hairdo. But of course, obviously, you know, Roger Craig Smith as Chris is pretty awesome. Chris, it's pretty awesome.
Do you get on with Chris? Like in real life?
With Roger Craig? Oh yeah, he's awesome. He actually, I'm on a cartoon called Transformers Rescue Bots, and he did a guest spot. Yeah, baby.
Good.
Hey, third season starts airing next week, next Saturday. Yeah. Anyway, he came in to do a guest spot on the show, and I did a little video. You can find it on YouTube. Again, another fan service thing that I hopefully don't get in trouble for. But he was there in the hallway with me and Steve Bloom, and so I asked him, let's just do a little video thing for the fans. So we have a thing in the hallway where I ask him to give me an egg. I tap him on the shoulder, and he turns around and he's like, Wesker. And I'm like, you will give me an egg. And then Steve Bloom goes, eggs make me want to go bang.
Right, the question?
What is your favourite line of Wesker? Like,
you know, it's again, it is so. Everybody's said so many lines over the years that it's like all I do is hear their lines. I can't even remember mine. I mean, I don't even remember the monologues I did, and I had some pretty awesome monologues in RE5. So, but I mean, I just remember in that session when Liam said, "All right," it wasn't even on the script. He goes, "You will give me an egg. Say that." Okay, that's funny. Okay, you will give me an egg. Are you happy, Liam? I said, what's the next thing? He's like, no, really. Now let's do, I require an egg. And I'm like, are you pooping me? He's like, no. Anyway, so I just thought that was hysterical. I had no idea what it was for at the time, so I still love that line.
Another one at the back now.
Hey there, my question's with DC. How long did it take to get the Wesker voice just right?
I still am working on it. The voice is really difficult because, again, as I've said, 4 people have, including me, have done the voice. So when I first did Umbrella Chronicles, I came in, I auditioned for it. They, because of the production people that were doing it at the time, it was Jessup's voice they played for us. So yeah, I had to kind of work that down. And his voice is, and he evolved the voice himself from the 2 games that he did, 2 or 3 games that he did. He kind of, it starts to get a little marble quality to it. And that was really difficult to do. But, so I just was starting, and I still could never do it quite like he did. It's really phenomenal. And then when I went to do RE5, I thought, oh, I got the voice down. I've been working on Peter Jessup and all that. And I go in and they played Richard Wan. I'm like, oh, oops. So that was kind of difficult to like switch my brain in session to get that. And so I kind of, mine is more of a merging of the 2 plus my own thing on it. And then of course Wesker is like completely mutating during RE5, so I get to put my own spin even more so on it as it gets crazier. So, and then since then, doing these other games, I've kind of settled into my kind of vibe for it. So it's been nice. But yeah, so it was difficult. It's always difficult taking over a role, which is why like doing Legion and Mass Effect was so much easier. Because no one had ever spoken as Legion before.
How long are you in the studio when you're recording?
Resident 5?
Yeah, for like
it was over the summer, and I think we did them in like, I want to say there were 2 or 4 hour segments. There might have been 4 hour segments. And but I went back a lot, and it was all facial mocap too. So
cool.
yeah, but it was just one summer of 2008. And the game came out in 2009, so I guess it was 2008 I did that.
All right.
I'm down the front now. Here we go, question.
This is for Mr. Douglas. Do you have to have your emotions captured? So, like, do you have to be taken to Japan and put on that suit with all the dots on it to have your...
oh, you're talking about the full mocap?
Yeah.
Yeah, for Resident Evil stuff, no, I only did the facial mocap. Ken Lally is the actor who does for at least RE5, does the Wesker and that. And yeah, he's awesome. He does a lot of that stuff. He's really good at it. And I auditioned for it. But I had thrown my back out. I had just bought a house and it was like helping them renovate because they're like, I'm spending the money, might as well try to help save $1. And I lifted a bag of cement and threw my back out, and then I get the call from Ruben Langdon. I was trying to remember his name yesterday. Ruben Langdon, I have to credit for getting me back into RE5. Umbrella Chronicles I did. Then Ruben Langdon said, guys, you got to see DC again for RE5. And he, let's see if we can get him to do the mocap, the full body stuff. And so I went there. I said, listen, I just threw my back out. And also I didn't work out then, so I was a little kind of out of shape. And I said, so I really, like, no, you can hold a gun, you walk around, it won't be much. So I go, okay. So I go to this huge little studio that they've got, and they've got all the people in like the padding and all of that. And I'm like, uh-oh. And so then the Japanese choreographer, fight choreographer guy, explains it in Japanese to somebody who translates it, and basically, it literally was like he speaks in Japanese for about 10 minutes as he does this whole entire routine, rolling around, flipping and all of that, and I'm sitting here in pain on a lot of Advil, and I'm like, no, I can do this, and even this is difficult. And they're like, and they kind of talk amongst themselves, and like, okay, just go in and fill out some paperwork and we're done. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing the mocap on this game. And I've only done the full mocap on one game. It was NBA 2K14, which was a great experience. But the Resident Evil 5, they did the facial mocap, which were the dots everywhere. They got the cameras at like a 180-degree bar, lasers pointing at you, and so you have to express yourself really big, even though Wesker doesn't express himself that much, and you keep your hands down, and like you're talking to someone, then you go to turn to talk to somebody else, but you can't turn. You just have to like think, just know you turned. It's a very bizarre experience. It's really hard, because in voiceover we're used to just being, just a mic, and so we're doing all sorts of weird stuff to get the sounds out, and you can't do that in facial mocap, so it was an unusual experience. Which I would love to have again on RE7.
RE7, you say?
There's a rumor out there that they might be coming out with one.
Wow, you know what rumor is?
My question is, now that Capcom have decided to re-release the first game, are they going to be thinking about re-releasing Resident Evil 0 or remaking Resident Evil 2?
All right, that's a good question. Thanks for asking it. I'm just precariously cautious that zombies are behind me, so I'm a little nervous.
You're gonna get him killed.
Yeah, it's part of like a lot of feedback that we've been getting from fans just now. Now, I can't conclusively say that like we'll ever see those games come back out again, but we really take the sentiment of what everyone's asking on board. The two big things again that we took away from it is people wanted to return to survival horror, and the other half were like, you guys just need to go back to the start again. So I think we're going to be looking really closely at what happens in terms of like feedback and sales as well from like these games. If they do well, if it seems that people really want us to go back to that, it's not for me to conclusively say, but you could get that if people are those are the games they're wanting. Never say no. I haven't heard that there's a plan in the works for that. All I know is that the producers are waiting to hear what happens, and they'll make a call from that. Thank you for asking your question, though. Young Dan.
Right, we're going to get down the front here. It's this gentleman. Ask a question.
Hi, I'm just wondering about Revelations 2. Why was it split up into 4 different episodes?
Oh, okay, so Revs 2. I know there's a zombie around this corner as well, so I've got like one eye on the screen. It's alright, I don't think I trigger him until I can see him in the mirror. If I get eaten whilst I'm answering this, I apologise. So why was it split into, 4 parts?
Yes.
That's a good question. Again, it's finding new ways to like bring Resident Evil to people. If you remember, like Revs 1 was like built into like those episodes anyway of like previously on Resident Evil, and then it would like break into like another character's tangent. So it's something that they were always keen to like do, but I don't think the world was ready for that. But then skip forward a few years and you've had games like the Walking Dead, Wolf Among Us have done it very well. So why not? I mean, if it's worked for them, and if we can get more people into Resident Evil, let's give it a shot. We've announced that the pricing for it is going to be about €5.99, so that's about a fiver for about 2 to 3 hours worth of Resident Evil goodness. So even if you're unsure, you can like pick up the first one, give it a go, see if you like it. Tell us. We want that feedback. It's almost more important for us to hear that feedback from you. So we hope that you do stick with us. Like Jill's looking bored already. I'm sorry, Jill. I do hope that you stick with us, and I do hope you play it. I mean, we've announced the season as well. So one thing we're really adamant on with Revs 2 is it's going to be 1 a week. We almost kind of want it to be like when you're watching Game of Thrones with your buddies. Like, we're not going to like strangle it out and like you won't know when the next episode comes. Once it does come out, it's going to be every 7 days. There's your next part. So you've all got time to play it, get together, talk about it, and then you're ready for next week's episode. So it's just about trying something new, and hopefully you guys respond to that. But again, we're waiting to hear what you say. We really want your feedback on it.
Can we just take a moment? I don't know if you really can tell on that screen, but I'm looking at a nice screen here, and you just look at that fire. like the coding that went into that fire, and then you have like the magnification, blurry stuff happening around it as it rises. That's like there's probably like 15 guys worked on that for 3 weeks. It's just amazing what people can do with technology. Sorry, just wanted to share that.
It's all right. The producers will be very happy to hear you say that. They are big into those little details. They'll be glad that you noticed.
That is detail, because usually you just be moving through this really quickly. That's amazing.
Fortuitous that we stopped there. All right, let's take care of that zombie in the mirror.
And while you'll do that, we'll ask you, we'll get another question.
This one's about the game. I think if we're going to have like the biggest remake of Resident Evil, is there any chance that we could get the original voice track as an option or an unlockable? Because I think we all need to hear the Master of Unlocking line.
It's a really interesting question. Like there's already been like some discussion in the press about like the intended lines and how they want to hear it. Like there's a demo going around. I saw Official PlayStation magazine started a thing because they were unhappy that some of Moira Burton's lines have already went out, and as you can imagine, like being Burton, they were classic lines and already they've been taken away. So it would be nice, as far as I understand, there's not any plans in place to do that, but if that's your feedback, I've totally lost where that original guy was. Stick your hands up, original guy. Sorry, original guy, I'm talking down here and you're over there. Again, that's part of the feedback I can take away from today. As far as I know, there's no plans in place to do that, but I know like voice actors mean a lot. It would be nice to hear those voices again. If you really want to hear that, I will take that feedback away from today and give it to Japan. We had a guy over there yesterday who really wanted like the attaché case from like Resident Evil 4 back. Like that was his thing, and that's another message that I'm going to take back. Again, it's all about your fan feedback. I can't make you any promises, but I do promise to like pass these messages on. So I'm sorry I can't give you a definitive answer, but thank you very much for asking it.
We're down here now.
Yeah, I was just wondering, are there going to be more costumes and maybe unlockable characters?
Again, very good question. I think Capcom Japan were really taken aback by how quickly the BSAA options were like unlocked. That was a bit of test in the water to see if like people would be into that. I haven't seen the finished code, so I don't know if there's any other hidden secrets. But I think Japan were really impressed by like how quickly people got on board, so I hope so. Again, it's going to be like this guy's question that I don't have a definitive answer, but it's something I'd certainly like to see, so fingers crossed.
Right, we have time for a few more questions because DC has to do a little signing over there somewhere.
And we have to give away your stuff as well before that happens.
Yes, should we do that now? One more question, then we do that.
The next person who asks that you pick is going to get a gift.
Ooh.
Next person I pick?
If the question's for me.
Okay, who's the question for? Oh, it is for you, yes.
All right.
Nice. And here's the question.
Hi, I was wondering, other than looking at other Wesker voice actors, how did you get into character for him for Resident Evil 5?
That was actually probably the biggest thing, was listening to those voices, because, by the way, you get a signed copy. What is this, just a classic Resident Evil 5, just the video game, right?
It's in the video game, and you
get a signed video game. We're already far.
Round of applause.
I mean, listen, I always get cast in like that with voiceover. I start even my very first game. I played I had a voice match. The actor who did the Master in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, who used the main baddie. So I mean, I've always like had voiceover wise get those baddie characters. So and that's kind of like my innate nature, I think. That was redundant, innate nature. It's kind of an innate quality in me to just be evil. So for this, it's like, and again, a lot of it is the direction, because you don't get the script in advance for video games. You're in the studio and they tell you then what's going on. And you kind of go off of what your dialogue is and what they tell you, what the scene is about and whatnot. So there wasn't a lot of prep time. There's never really any prep time for video games. It's different, like if I'm doing a movie, then I have several weeks to work on something. If it's a TV show, I've got at least a week or a couple days to work on it. A theater, I've got 6 months to work on it. So so it's always different. So, but with video games, it's like you go by the seat of your pants. So yeah.
Do we have another prize? One more?
We have one more, which is the Resident Evil Sand Globe, signed by DC Douglas himself.
Okay, so does
I like
have
him.
a question for DC? DC, do you want to pick someone? We'll let you pick someone.
This place over here has been kind of like ignored. So, it's a question for DC Douglas, though, right? She just put her hand down.
Oh, wow, the only
And I
one
was
as
actually about to pick you, too. I'm going to pick this person right here.
Okay, there we go.
So funny. You missed out on a sand globe.
Question.
If you could pick Wesker to cameo in any other game, what would the game be?
That's a good
It's
question.
funny, last night somebody asked me about like anything. Or was the other first panel I did, and I said Teletubbies. But I think in any game, well, I mean, I'm always in a crossover into other games that I've been in, so I mean, it would be kind of fun to see him in Mass Effect. I don't know how the hell that would. I think it would probably change the ending of Mass Effect, and you wouldn't have that ending that you had. Because Ouroboros would take care of everything. Yeah, I think that'd be a one. Actually, I still want to stick with Teletubbies. I know it's not a game, but I want to stick with Teletubbies.
Brilliant. Can I get a huge round of applause for DC
Thank you.
on Resident Evil HD?
Thank you. Yeah.
DC is shooting off now. You're going for a signing. Are you on the?
I'll be at the MYM stand in a minute.
About 6 minutes.
Yeah, signing there. This is my last signing of the day, my last event of the con, and then from there I'm going to go to pubs. And,
just like all of us.
Pubs, and I hit a plane tomorrow. So, but again, this is an awesome time. I loved seeing everybody here in Britain, and thank you so much.
Thank you very much for coming. Thank you, folks. We'll be back in about 5 minutes with voice actor triple threat.
All right, so thank you very much to DC Douglas. Lovely man, absolute hero. Thank you for doing that, DC. Good luck making it to the other side. If you're not chasing DC Douglas to his signing, I do have some Resi 6 stickers there that you are more than welcome to take. Please go sparingly in form and orderly queue. And thank you very much for sitting and watching this presentation. Again, if you have any feedback about Resident Evil, message the Twitter, message the Facebook. It's me that reads it, and I'll be more than happy to pass that on. Thank you, and thank you for watching.
And when is it out? Early 2015?
Early 2015.
Thank you very much, folks.
Cheers.